Hey, donkey. Hello, governor. How was your week? Hey, cousins and Ben. Where's Chad? Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Yeah, we're talking now, Johnny. Johnny Rodden. Today, I'm going to eat Oreos that taste like Coke and Coke that tastes like Oreos. And then I'm going to dunk an Oreo in the Coke. And then I'm going to put an Oreo in the Coke and drink it. I'm sicky. I've tried these, though. Did they make you sick, Casey? And please say hello to Jojo for me. Your face looks different? What are you trying to say about my face? I'm glad I'm off work until Sunday night. Okay. I didn't ask for, like... When someone asks, how are you doing? Not really expecting an answer. Okay? I heard Coke is fine, but the Oreos are terrible. Okay, so when I saw an ad for this, and it goes Oreos and Coke. Actually, I saw the drink first. This is what I heard about. Coca-Cola that tastes like Oreos, and it says in French, "Meilleurs amis pour la vie." It says besties forever. For a limited time. It doesn't sound like a very solid friendship. But what I'm asking you is, be honest. Before this exact moment, have you ever thought of Oreos and Coke as being any sort of pairing? Have you ever thought of pairing Oreos and Coke? So what sort of friendship is this anyway? All right, we're trying this. So, zero sugar Coca-Cola limited edition, fizzy cookie flavored calorie-free soda. I heard it's good for you. I think it's good for you. Oh, that's pretty good. That tastes like an Oreo. That has no business being as good as it is. Am I just a sick fuck? Like, why do I like this? Is somebody gonna match my freak? I've been a nasty. It really... I guess cookies and cream is a flavor... is one of those flavorings that are pretty easy to match, right? It's like drinking an Oreo. Christine doesn't drink pop, but I feel like even she would like this. Also, is it the Canadian thing to say pop? And Americans say soda? Or is it the other way around? The fizziness doesn't really add much to it. It's an overwhelming cookies and cream flavor. So I guess you kind of get like the sweetness and a little bit of the caramelliness of a Coke. Just felt like vanilla Coke to me. Yeah. So you get... There's a bit of a caramel or like amber quality to Coke that has a certain flavor. And yeah, there's some vanilla from the cookie there as well in the cookies and creme. So yeah, if you like vanilla Coke, you'd probably like this. I don't like the aftertaste. I mean, I didn't like the aftertaste of kissing your mom. Tasted like anchovies and cigarettes. This is pretty good. It's disgusting, but it's good in a disgusting sort of way. And they're not even paying me. Wow. Wait until you open the cookies? Yeah, I guess a few people, I see a few people have said drink is okay, cookies are bad. So I knew about the drink and I went out looking for the drink. I didn't know the cookies existed until I saw them at the store. So it's Oreo Coca-Cola with popping candy. Okay, first up, this packaging is way too loud. It's making me want to yell at kids to get off my front yard. You know? Like, I don't even want to open it, it's so loud. Smell the red side. It's a pretty weird smell. Alright, this is what it looks like. What a collab. Coke, Oreo. Coke, Oreo. There is an odd odor. Open it up. Oh, see that technique? It's not my first rodeo. It says serving size is 2. Who eats 2 Oreos in a sitting? Yeah, that's not good. I didn't get any pops. I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting more excitement in my mouth. It's almost like there's a weird like sort of bitterness. It doesn't taste like Coke. Oreos really can't be improved on. They shouldn't try and change them. Oreos just sort of are what they are. I agree. You don't need to mess around. Maybe you can make an argument for like a mint-filled Oreo. Or like extra thick Oreos. Because that's kind of the style now. People really like thick. People are really into thickness these days. We don't want skinny Oreos. We want the thick Oreos. We want Oreos with thighs. Thick Oreos save lives. Yeah, but that is really not good. That is just, it's bizarre. Dip them? Dip what? Yeah, I don't know. I am going to. I have original Oreos and a Diet Coke. And I'm going to dip an Oreo in Diet Coke. And I think that will probably be better than any of this. Yeah, that's not good. Also, the cream was softer than I remember. Kind of squished out. Did they change it? Where's the Coke Zero? I'm not a Coke Zero person. I do drink Diet Coke. I drink too much Diet Coke. Is that gonna give me cancer or something? That's all malarkey, right? Aren't those the same thing? What, Diet Coke and Coke Zero? Everything gives you cancer? Is very pedantic of you. I've been wanting to try the Oreo Coke cookies. Would you recommend? Kennett Bear, I would not recommend. They don't really taste like Coke and are definitely worse than normal Oreos. The Oreo flavored Coke, on the other hand, is worth trying, is interesting, not unpleasant. Would come again. I don't think we can get Diet Coke anymore. You can only buy Coke Zero. Are they phasing out Diet Coke? Oh, is that... Did they outlaw aspartame in some European country? Is that the only reason Coke Zero exists? Chandru says yes. Is that our authority? Confirmed? I'd rather just have regular Coke with actual sugar. Well, that's real poison for you. It's just sugar is just poison. Oh, before I forget, as a reward for beating Pogo Stuck 2, because I'm the best, I'm gonna watch Scarface tonight. So if you want to watch Scarface tonight, I'm gonna put my VHS in, and then at exactly 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm gonna press the play button on my VCR. And then we can all watch it together. The movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's a long movie. Any plans on map 3? You know what? I do want to play more Pogo Stuck. Towards the end of map 2, I was starting to feel a little discouraged. It is the hardest map, Pogo Stuck level, let's say. So... yeah, get your VCR out, little red truck. Be kind, rewind. Or don't. Alright, Diet Coke, regular Oreo time. What am I gonna play after Pogo? I don't know, what should I play after Pogo? I did ask people to suggest relaxing games, and a few people did. That was mostly just because I was upset with how difficult Pogo Stuck was. Nancy Drew? That sounds like a job for Christine. I want to play Family Feud. There's a Scarface video game? Yeah, it's called Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That would be fun to play on stream. But I feel like Rockstar butchered... I feel like the only version of that game you can get is the re-release, which was the mobile version of that game that they tried to pass off as a computer version. So I just don't know if I can do that to myself. All right, now this is an Oreo. You call that a knife? This is a knife. Oh, you're right. It does have a pull tab thing on the top potato nugget. I'm not very experienced at eating entire packs of Oreos, though. I should have asked you. Should I just drop it in? Or no, I want the dunk experience. Oh, it's like fizzing. Huh. Something in the Coke is reacting to the Oreo. Are you hearing this? Huh. Kind of split apart too. Yeah, it literally cracked on me. Is it just the cream dissolving in the Coke? You know what, that tastes good just because it softens the Oreo, and it's kind of tasty to taste an Oreo that's a little soft. I just don't think it's giving you any Coke flavor in any meaningful way. I want to drop the Coke Oreo in the Coke and see what happens. Might open a wormhole, like in Contact. Nothing? Well, that's disappointing. There's a duck on my shirt? Yeah. Talk nice. It does float. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Yeah, we're gonna super cocoa that Oreo. By the way, I've also started a list of scary movies I want to watch in October. I'll start a thread or something just for that. Because October is almost here. Isn't that depressing? Any scary games? I know Christine just started the Walking Dead game, which I like for her and not for me. I'm pretty over Phasmophobia. I'd be up for playing. I could look for a scary game. I could look for a scary game. That's a good idea. September was an illusion. New Jump King? You know what there is? There is a Pogo Stuck. There is a Dracula-themed Pogo Stuck. So at some point in October, I will play Pogo Stuck Dracula's Castle, which sometimes people just call Pogo Stuck 4, because it's the fourth and last officially released Pogo Stuck map, I think. Phasmo would be better with more people. Any chance Sophia and Tyler would play? Sophia has said she is too scared to play Phasmophobia. I have an idea, though. We play with Christine, and while she's playing the game, I go outside of her window and just start banging on the windows. IRL ghost hunting? I love that idea. Christine, would you come IRL ghost hunting with me? No. Then you can't paint my nails tomorrow. Are there any famous ghost places in Ontario? Morgan Mac, lots of locations around Ontario for ghosts. Yeah? Do you have a list of ghost locations in Ontario? You know what's funny? I knew a guy who owned a house in Ottawa that had been condemned. Like, he bought it when it was condemned, and his plan was to, like, I guess get it demolished and then build a house on that property. And it ended up on some list of abandoned haunted properties. And, like, a couple YouTubers showed up there breaking into this abandoned house he owned and filming, like, ghost vlogs there. And I remember he reached out. I knew a friend of his. So he reached out through this friend to be like, how do I get these YouTubers to stop showing up at my condemned house? I thought that was pretty funny. I also don't really know what needs to be happening. How does a house get condemned? Like, who comes in and says this house is condemned? I'm trying to think, does Ottawa have any... There's a haunted walk tour of Ottawa, and one of the places they take you is where I went to high school. So it's kind of hard for me to take that seriously. I'm assuming an inspector says it's unsafe when a house is condemned. But what necessitates an inspector coming in there? At what point does the city send an inspector into a house to say it's condemned? Like, especially if it's privately owned. I guess how does that ever actually happen? What happened at your school to make it haunted, Sarah? I think it's just old. I went to a high school downtown Ottawa that the school has existed longer than Canada has been a country, I think. I'm pretty sure it predates Confederation, that school. So I think any really old building, at some point in 170 years, something fucked up is going to happen there, I guess. We had a pool at my high school in Toronto and a kid drowned, and people say he haunts the basement of the school now. That is something kids would say. And when you grow up and you're an adult, you just think, that's a really sad story. You know what I mean? If you're doing renovations, don't you have to get it signed off at someone official? It could be. That's likely the case, that if you bought a really rundown house and you're trying to fix it up, at that point, someone might come in and be like, this house is fucked. It's full of asbestos. So what's haunted? What's haunted in Ontario? The 10 best Ontario ghost tours with prices. Why do they have to dress like this? Can I show you something? Like, this takes me out already. This isn't 1812. Why are you dressing like this? Why are you doing this? Don't do a tour, you gotta go on your own? Yeah, I know, I'm just looking for ideas of where they go. Like, dude, why are you wearing that top hat? Are you trying to make me more... You think this is gonna scare me? That you're telling me a story while wearing a top hat? Beechwood Cemetery. I think that's Ottawa. Queen's University. Ghosts of the Bytown Museum. There is an old jail in Ottawa that they turned into a hostel that I think did scary stuff. This is making a lot of noise. I just want you to know. It's sort of foaming up in a weird way too. You seeing this? Nope. Oh, the Pop Rocks. I guess that makes sense. Although no, I had no rock pop in my mouth. Are you gonna eat it? No, Brenna. So where does a haunted walk of Ottawa, where do they go? The original haunted walk of Ottawa. Private group tours. What if I bought a private group tour and only I showed up? And then a guy in a top hat's like, "Oh, I thought you were a private group." And I'm like, "It's just me." And then I scare him. And then by the end of the tour, he realizes I'm a ghost. Secrets of the Chateau Laurier. The Chateau Laurier is just like a rundown Fairmont property downtown. Billings Estate. Listen for whispers from the past. Like, the history of this is interesting. But where does the spooky stuff come in? Also, could I convince Christine to come with me? Probably not. And I agree with Morgan. I don't want a tour guide. I would rather self-direct my spooky visit somewhere. You know where I really want to go? The hotel they filmed The Shining in still exists in near Denver, Colorado. That's something I want to do at some point. You and Matt? Matt loves traveling. I think he would, if I said, "Hey, let's go see a ghost house," I think he would come. Yes, Polyanarchy, the Stanley Hotel. I think the most of the movie was filmed at there's like a groundskeeper residence on the hotel property and not the hotel itself. I don't know. I think they still do a Shining tour, so I would like to do that. Danny Gonzalez did a video on it. It was pretty good. The Stanley Hotel, really? Ooh, he's a strawberry. Danny Gonzalez. Stanley Hotel. Really? 1 year ago, I tried ghost hunting to see if it's fake. I got Shane Dawson's in the thumbnail here. Oh, wow. Spooky, scary stuff. Is he like super sarcastic? I'm really done with the whole like I'm so cynical and sarcastic. Doesn't that make me cool? Like, I can't handle that sort of entertainment. I don't really know this guy's stuff, but I get the vibe. It's a lot of like, I'm gonna comment on stuff and I think I'm too good for that. Is this very unfair of me to say? I think being overly sarcastic is one of the ugliest qualities someone can have. Like, if you met Chandler Bing in real life, I would fucking hate that guy. Like you? Well, people do say a lot of what you dislike about other people is you projecting about the things you don't like about yourself. So maybe there's some truth to that. I'm definitely more sarcastic than Danny. Do you think I'm a very sarcastic person? I think I can be a kind of a cheeky monkey. You know what I mean? I think of myself as a cheeky monkey more than being sarcastic. Whoa, a lot of you are saying I'm sarcastic. What if I'm just being sincere and you just are misreading the situation? I guess I should be more specific. It's the sarcasm. It's more of, is it cynicism more than sarcasm? Maybe it's cynicism I have more of an issue with. Especially when sarcasm is fueling that cynicism. Who's there? Can't email me on a Friday. You're fired. Anyway, this is going to be a short stream because we're watching a very long movie soon. Is that okay, Uma? Uma, are you watching with us? You know what I watched the other day? I watched The Whale. Darren Aronofsky. That might be it's a 4 or a 5-star movie. I haven't made up my mind yet. What movie are we watching? We're watching Scarface in 23 minutes. Out of 5? Yes, Ella. Who rates movies out of 10? Is it about a whale? Yeah, it's about a big dumb animal. But it made me happy for my own life. That is the Brandon Fraser movie where he plays a very large person. It is a tough movie to watch. I remember at the time people being mad at it for being insensitive to heavy people. I didn't get that at all. And I think of myself as a heavy person. But it is a tough watch if you have a lot of insecurities with your body, or just generally with movies about people who have depression, severe depression. Yeah, I remember people took issue just with the fact that they hired an actor and put him in a fake fat suit. I guess the perspective being you should have just put an actually fat person in that role. That feels pretty... I don't really get that. He gained weight to play the character, I thought. I think he also gained weight, but he's clearly wearing a fat suit. He's playing someone so large that you could... Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I do have a soft spot for Darren Aronofsky, though, I will tell you. I kind of liked Noah, which I think a lot of people think is that's a struggle for some people. his history is sad. Yeah, he was sort of ostracized from Hollywood for a while. Got into money problem. I can't remember whether he lost a bunch of money in divorce or he had some issues with studios for some reason. I can't remember. Polyanarchy. That Mickey Rooney is one of the most offensive things I've seen in a mainstream movie. I personally don't see that as a parallel to putting an actor in a fat suit. I think one of those things is way yeah. I could hear an argument for why they're both problematic. I have trouble seeing those two things on the same plane of existence. I think when people hear about Breakfast at Tiffany's as some like classic great movie, and there's a lot to like about it, but then yeah, there's this incredibly racist portrayal of the landlord in that movie. It's just why it's kind of shocking that was a thing. You don't want to see a picture of Shane Dawson anymore? Oh, I can't get any closer. Is that better? Uma, are you watching the movie? I missed your answer. We need to make sure Uma's comfortable. I'm not being sarcastic. All right, I'll see you in 18 minutes, everybody. We're going to watch Scarface. It's a really good movie about a professional knitter immigrated from Cuba to this country to pursue his dreams. All right, get your popcorn. Bye.